All right, my friend, let's talk about the game that we have been playing over the last several days. It has been consuming much of my life, and I know it has of yours. Let's talk about Sifu. What do you think about this fighting game for the PlayStation 5 and the PC?
Well, Victor. This is a conundrum. It's quite a battle for me because I first saw trailers for Sifu and I said, "Oh my god, I must play this game."
Yeah.
This looks like it's going to be so much fun.
You don't love it. You don't love it.
Oh,
I can tell you don't love it.
No, let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain. Sifu, there. If you pre-ordered it, you got to play it 2 days before it came out. So it's like, well, shit, I'm gonna play this game. It looks so much fun. I didn't even understand about like the concept of the age thing.
Yes.
Until we talked last week, and you were just like, oh yeah, this is what happens. And I was like, oh really?
I didn't know it was out this week. We were just like stumbling around in the dark, and here we are playing Sifu and talking about it already.
So I jumped into the game with my video gamer mindset, like, okay, we're gonna go through, we're gonna kick some ass, we're gonna do the things, we're gonna breeze right through this thing, and it's gonna be fun. So I jump in, and you start off, you're learning, it teaches you all the different ways to fight the different styles of enemies, which you forget immediately.
Yeah.
And then you're just thrown into the first level, and it's a good pacing.
Right.
You know, like you get good 5-10 minutes into the level, you're doing cool things, and you feel like that Batman Arkham Asylum, just you're blocking things and doing all kinds of awesome things.
Yeah.
And then you get into level 2. Okay. and for my stream went from happy, just enjoying myself, to just belligerent rage. Just
the swears came out.
Sleeping child in the other room, and I'm just saying things that she shouldn't ever have to hear. It was miserable, and I was just like, "What is happening?" And so, if you're not familiar with how Sifu works, when you die, you lose an age in life.
Yes.
And then I don't even understand the concept of like what you have to do point wise to get that life reduced back to 0. There's an option when you get to certain totems where you can spend XP and get it down to 0 that way.
There's also mini bosses and characters that will sort of go on fire and heat up, and they will knock one up, because you're going to go up one life for sure. Yeah. But depending on how poorly you do or how many times you die in a stage, it will start to multiply. So it's very easy.
So if you die without resetting the counter, your next death will cost you 2 lives, and then every 10 years you get a little bit older, which you do more damage, but you have less health.
Yes.
And it's just like, okay, I just got to the end of the second stage. I think I was like 47 or something, and I was like, this is how many levels are in this thing? Because you can only go up to 70s, and once you hit your 70s,
that's
the last coin of life, and then it's over. But my goodness, that first day, the first night, I slept on level 2. I got to level 3, but I was like 66 or something, and I was like, "There's no way I'm supposed to finish this game without dying." If level 2 is just completely crushing my soul. I had to sleep on it.
That's the club level. That's honestly, that's still where I am. But I've played it, I don't know, 20 times, and I've played the first level over and over again. And I love the mechanics in this game. It definitely makes you feel like you're in the Raid Redemption or their Daredevil or Ip Man or something. Like, they really nailed that sort of swarm brawler type experience. And one of the things that I can say about this game too is that it is the trailer. Like, when we saw this trailer and we thought, okay, wow, this looks incredible, but is it actually going to play this well? Yeah. It is exactly this, and it does feel like this when you're playing the game. It's
when it works.
Yes.
Like, when it works for you as a master of the controller and figuring out everything you're supposed to do. Because it took me a good 5, 6, 7 hours before I realized, like, how significant parrying and dodging correctly is.
Yes.
That will change the entire game, because I came back day 2 and I was like, okay, let's get this. And so within the game too, the experience leveling up is a thing. You can level up after you've died. You have the option, if you have enough XP, you can level up some of the things. But then within each unlock, there's a permanent unlock, which costs like 3 or 4 or 5 times as many XP as that, but you can only do it with as much XP as you have.
Which I think is a brilliant way to keep you playing, even if the game is kicking your ass. I think it was, purposefully designed that way so that the training within the game, like getting accustomed to the systems in the game, makes you feel more comfortable and gives you rewards so your time isn't totally wasted.
Yeah. And see, and that was my big issue was I gotten to level 3 when I was like in my 60s, but I was going through and I was just unlocking each individual thing. So I had like 5 or 6 different things unlocked by the time I got there.
Right.
And then when you die and it's game over, you can start back at stage 3. You're still 66, but everything you've unlocked is gone unless you've hit permanent unlock.
Right.
And that ruined it for me. I was like, so why am I spending all this time so it makes you have to start over unless you're really good at dodging or blocking.
Yeah.
And then you have to go through the first level and try to lose at least as many lives as possible. And then
that would suck if the first level wasn't awesome.
Yes.
Right.
And for me,
and the second level is awesome. And I mean, I know that
the second level is where it's at.
Yeah.
The first level, because I'd gotten through the first level, I think it was at 23. So I was like, I feel like that's good.
Yeah.
For me, that was decent.
That's 2 deaths basically.
Yeah.
2 or 3 deaths, depending on whether you
where you're staying. But then, so it's like, I was just playing level 2 over and over again. I was like, my baby was sleeping. I was like, I can't stream. I got about an hour. I just jumped on level 2, and I was just each thing at a time. Let's unlock everything. Everything.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to the end, I have everything already max unlocked. Doesn't matter how old I am. I just got to use my abilities to dip, duck, dodge, dive, and dodge.
So how do you feel? So
you beat
the game.
I finished it last night. I went through this morning. I played through it again, beat it again. I feel 1,000. I felt like the last fight is a great fight because the boss doesn't have weapons.
Right.
It's just him, hand-to-hand combat.
The weapons make a huge difference in this game. Like you are absolutely on the scramble to try to find a weapon if you don't have one. Because if they come,
the bosses will wreck you.
Yes, and even the regular fights that you get into will wreck you. If you get surrounded by 2 people with pipes, you're done. Yeah. You're done.
But when you're not, and you get that perfect ping block, double button combo. This guy. I feel like the game is so beautiful when everything flows like you want, like it is in your head. Like when you're playing it, you're like, I see a scenario. There's 3 guys. Hit this guy here. Hit this guy. Low block, sweep him. And then you do it. And you're like, I'm such a badass. And then you try it again, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna do the same group of guys. I'm gonna come in here, hit this guy, and then whap! Somebody throws a bottle, hits you in the face, dead. Damn it! I hate everything.
The bottles are a pain in the ass for sure. I mean, you can catch them. There is a cool move that you can unlock where you can catch it if you time it properly and then throw it back.
There's a boss later. Catching weapons it's Mando. It's mandatory. You must have it.
Listen, I love the game. I'm curious though because you're one of these guys that can stay with a Bloodborne or a Dark Souls or a Sekiro or Sekiro. You beat those types of games. Those games punish me. I love them, but it's like what it is time and patience don't fit with me being able to stay with that game all the way to completion. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with Sifu again, but I freaking adore this game. I love the feel. It reminds me of, it's certainly like a roguelike in that it asks you to do another run again. And it's also like an arcade game where you feel like I'm going to try to get as far as I can on a quarter. It's like the old, brawlers that we got tons of in 16-bit era, but it's all, been modernized in full 3D. It runs beautifully. The music is incredible. The audio mix is a bit weird. Like sometimes I feel like the voices are a bit muted. I didn't feel that when I had it in my headphones, my earbuds in, but when I played it on my home theater, it's like and they'll probably patch this, but I had like voices coming out of my back channels and couldn't hear everything. The music was super loud, but I couldn't hear all the stuff. And I didn't find that the voice acting was great. I didn't think the story itself, like it's pretty pedestrian. Like it's just revenge.
Even at the end, I had to check and see if there was multiple endings because the way it ends, you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You finish the game and it just starts you back to present day.
Yeah. But it's one of those games where you will play it over and over and over again. I think it's absolutely worth the dough.
See, now, for my thing, too, for going through and unlock, permanent unlocking everything, which I've done.
Yeah.
Now there's I mean, there's a few like hidden things that I have no idea where the hell they are.
Yes.
Somewhere in the game.
It would be good if there were more of those, for sure.
Because I wish they meant something. Like it'll just give you something into the story, and you're like, is this gonna? I'm assuming it's gonna unlock a better ending.
Yeah,
and if you finish the game in your youth, I'm sure it's going to be a different finale.
Totally.
But I wish, like, now that I've unlocked everything permanently, there's pretty much nothing left to do in the game.
Yeah.
And it came out yesterday.
It's a very linear type of experience for sure, because it's not like, unlike the procedurally generated roguelikes that are out there, which, you know, create a different path for you every single time or mix things up. Everything is kind of pre-positioned, and so you're going to get into those encounters over and over again. But that's also part of the training in the game too, right? Like it's the magical pendant basically lets you retry, you know. It's kind of like
cool. I went on I was on YouTube this morning, and I was just like, somebody has a video of no death run, and
all the way.
They finished the game in like 40 minutes. And I was like,
yeah, it's not a long game. It's not but it's really densely packed.
It took me like 10 hours.
But it takes, to beat
Some guy did it in less than an hour. It took me 10. And he did a no death run.
That's amazing.
Which I was hit dislike right away. And I couldn't even wanted to erase YouTube.
But what do you think this is harder than Dark Souls or
No, not at all.
No,
but again, you see the people that finish Dark Souls without getting hit, no armor. They do that, like these runs. It's one of those. That's what I was talking about on my stream the last couple of days. It's one of those games for me. It hit me like Dark Souls did. I initially couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, it resets all the things you unlock, so it makes you play the entire game through every time. Stupid. And then when I figured out it wasn't the case, I was like, okay, you just have to give it that time and that patience, because then once you go in and you start doing all the cool stuff, it feels like such a much just more exciting game to play instead of a much more punishing game.
I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's got some issues and some things that I wish were tweaked. I definitely do feel like it would be, you know, cooler if the exploration meant a little bit more. Like you're filling up a board, like a detective board, trying to solve the mystery about where everybody is, and you're gaining passes. That's the other thing, is you can get unlocks to doors and things like that. So you don't have to start at the very end. You don't have to work all the way through. You can find a secret entrance that lets you move closer to the boss quicker.
And it does it in such a way you'll find a key for level 1 and level 4.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, wait, why do I need? I've already passed level 1. Oh, now I can just. It's for those speedrunners. It's like you want to get through it quick. Hit the elevator, go right to the boss. Hit this door. You're gonna cut through here, and you're gonna be right at the end. Like, okay.
So, do you recommend this game for PlayStation and PC players?
I mean, it really depends. If you have the time and patience to put it in and enjoy, and you like a good Bourne identity, like you want to feel like Jason Bourne,
or Daredevil.
Why the hell not? Or Daredevil, or you want to get your full-on Raid Redemption going on.
I mean, who wouldn't?
I wish there was more of the
like brawlers. Like when you go back in the catalog in video games, they were like 90% of the games that we got for a long time, and then they disappeared. Probably because there were too many of them. But it's such a, it's like a gut check type of experience. It's just so video gamey. It's a great video game genre, and it's a little underserved. I feel like it's wonderful to go back again like that.
Oh, and that's what somebody was asking me in my chat today. They were like, what would you want in a sequel? And I was like, it would be great if it was more of a Streets of Rage style where I can play with another friend and both of us are just going through. And there's like 2 or 3 instances in the game where it goes like the hallway switches to side view.
Yes.
And you're just
they're amazing.
Those are so cool. I wish there was a little bit more of that, because I feel like you can see guys like attacks better.
Yeah, because the camera's a bit of an issue too. It does get stuck in the corners and stuff. It could be because let's face it. Like what happens is it's manic as hell, and it's like I don't have the resources to deal with all of this stuff and catch that bottle before it hits me in the head. But still, what an incredible piece of work. I feel like there's just so much profound, wonderful beauty in this game. I loved it. I want to hear your score, though.
I'm giving it an 8.
An 8. Okay, I'm going 8.5, and it's like so close to a 9. It's an amazing game.